So I was bullied pretty badly as a kid. I was a short, little, chubby guy. I was weak. I didn't really have much confidence. So it's only natural that I would be a victim to get picked on. And while I did have a drastic glow up and a pretty lucky growth spurt, a lot of the impacts of that still affects me today and still affected me whenever I was younger and I became stronger. And this video is directed to those of you who are also bullied, and pretty much all of us were. As a child, bullying comes down to a person with more power abusing that power on a person with less power. And naturally, a child is the least powerful in a society. You can make the argument that they are the most powerful in terms of the way that they should be treated in terms of societal standards and morality. But man, with kids, it's tribal as hell. It's like a Lord of the Flies. If you're weak, you're gonna get picked on. And that's it. And so to all of you who were victims of that powerlessness, the nausea or the pain that you feel now, or the impact that it has on you now, is a resentment that has stayed with you for all of your life of powerlessness. And a lot of people take it very far when it comes to coping with that resentment. And they attempt to gain power in the most drastic ways possible, to take control over something in their lives. That actually makes it worse. I was a fighter. I did Muay Thai kickboxing, and I see a lot of people who are obsessed with violence. And you see online like these Mike Tyson edits, these glorification of knocking people out, breaking people's jaws, literally killing a man. That's actually derives from our resentment of the powerlessness we had, to the point where you want to become violent yourself to prove that you are now powerful. That's what it is. People like to prove to themselves and to other people that they have that power that they did not have as a child. And that's the wrong way to go. You're perpetuating your resentment. What you really need to do, you need to gain power in the best ways possible and in the healthiest ways possible. Nietzsche talks about power all the time. If you want to research it, read his books. The will to power is completely normal. I don't agree all the way that morality is a lie and it does not exist, and that good and evil are a mask or a charade to hide everyone's will to power. But I do believe if you don't get rid of that resentment, you really are screwed. You're never going to be able to be who you are. So you need to peel back that layer of resentment in order to find what you want to do. And this isn't the hippie stuff of finding purpose in life or finding the meaning. It could boil down to the simple interests that you have. If you want to be able to express yourself and be authentic to yourself, you need to get rid of that resentment. And perpetuating it by trying to play power games like, I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you, I need to be bigger and better than this person, it's going to make it worse. So the real way, the step-to-step guide on how to get rid of that resentment and how to deal as a bully victim, or how to deal as being powerless as a child and the impacts that it has on you now, I'm going to lay it out step for step for you. Once I gained that power back in my life, I managed to find out what I actually like, and I was able to pursue my own interests with the safety in myself that I can do it without being harmed or judged. I'm a big reader. I love coffee. I have very feminine traits. I have very feminine hobbies. I don't like car stuff. I don't like fighting. I don't like gym. I don't like a lot of this stuff that is quite masculine. I like books. I like food. I like cooking. I like reading. I like coffee. All of this kind of girly stuff. I only was able to fully embrace that authentic interest that I have whenever I gained real power. And it's not that I needed the power to fight someone. I needed the power to hurt someone or to impose it onto another person. Power simply gives you safety. So I won't beat around the bush. The first thing as a man, by the way, to gain power is physical power. You need to be physically strong. I don't like the wishy-washy stuff that people say of anti-violence, anti-this, anti-that. No, you need to be strong. You need to know how to fight and get in the gym. It's the most simple thing. I was resentful for being physically picked on, so I started fighting specifically. Whenever I was a kid, I did like some weird martial art. It did not work. Get into a fighting gym that does sparring. I did kickboxing whenever I was younger. I did a bit of taekwondo or karate or something. It didn't help me at all. I did Muay Thai when I was 17. I walked into the sweaty gym, I smelled the Thai oil, and I went there and I kicked the pads, I hurt my legs, and after a couple months, I fought. Fighting as a man is so important for you, even if you don't like it. And nobody likes to get punched in the face unless you're some masochist. But you need to spar, and you need to do it for long enough until you're like, yeah, I'm fine. You can walk down the streets and you feel safe. You can look at people and be like, I don't think you can hurt me. And you need to be able to walk with people you love, your mother, your girlfriend, your wife, your family, your elders. And you need to have the sanctitude in yourself to say that I can protect you. And you strongly believe this. You don't just say it. A lot of people like to say, yeah, I would protect you, I can't protect you, I would die for you. Can you actually do that? A lot of the time, you can't. Fight. Second of all, get in the gym. If you become more physically imposing, you will be far more respected. The only problem that I have with the gym is that it causes some body dysmorphia and people feel small all the time. The body dysmorphia that you have will not be good for getting rid of that resentment because you sincerely believe that you are too small and too scrawny, always. So you need to get into the gym and make sure to not get body dysmorphia. Genuinely realize once you get to a healthy enough weight, like a good weight of muscle, you are fine. And that's all you need. And that confidence in yourself and from others is such an imperative of gaining power for yourself. So that's part one. Get physical power. Fight. Go to the gym. Have a physical capacity for violence. That's what you need. Part two is mental. And mental does not just mean being incredibly intelligent, knowing how to do some mathematical equations, or having this skill that you can do. It is a confidence that you have in yourself. The book Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz helped me so much. And it talks all about self-belief. I lost weight as a kid. I had the weirdest glow up of all time. It was amazing. I'm so lucky to have had it. I did looks max a bit. I don't know. I might just have good genetics. If you are fat as a kid, let's just say, and you lose weight. If you are weak as a child and you learn how to fight, and you become strong, and you can fight, and you can do all these things, it means nothing if your self-belief is that you are not like that. Your self-belief is the most important thing for you to get rid of the resentment from your childhood and from your weakness. Once you have true belief and true knowledge and confidence of your immense capacity, only then will you be able to exude this quiet confidence that everybody will acknowledge. People will know that you're confident and will know that you're powerful whenever you have this confidence about you, and you will know it as well. You are not going to have to prove it to anybody. Once you know that you can fight, that you are powerful, that you have capacity, you don't need to prove it. You can just live your life. And that confidence is shown the most in when you do the things that you like for nobody else. I read for nobody else except for myself. I love making coffee. I love drinking coffee. I love a flat white. I used to make latte art as a barista. I'm going to save up money to get a coffee machine. I just love it. I don't care what anybody else says. I don't need to talk to anybody about it. It's just my thing. And if anyone insults me about it, if anyone tries to harass me about it, I don't care. And that comes from my confidence that I can just do what I want to do. You need to realize that. You must get this confidence. And I can't go in depth. It'll be like a 40-minute video. But if I could recommend you one thing, read the book Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. It is amazing. It's my most life-changing book. I had a short about it on my channel. It's just amazing for changing your self-belief about yourself. He was a plastic surgeon. And he noticed that once people changed what they thought were their physical insecurities, say if someone had big ass ears, if someone had a big ass nose, or they had facial deformities, they thought that their life was bad because of that. But after they got that changed from a facial surgery, they were actually kind of the same, and they had that same belief. And it's because of their self-identity as that person. That's more important than the actual physical thing. It's your self-identity. So please, read the book. It's amazing. And now here's the fun part. Once you have the physical capacity, and then once you have the mental capacity, you are free. You have enough confidence to do your thing. And that's the most beautiful thing. I don't sort of believe in this meaning or purpose for life. I just believe in a sort of, it's not hedonism per se, but it's following what you just want to do. What you genuinely want to do, by the way. Not just some hedonistic pleasure like drinking, smoking, doing drugs, partying. That's just momentary pleasure. I'm talking about genuinely enjoying things. Like for me, as I said, coffee, books, whatever you like. You like cars, you like cycling, you like this sport that nobody really talks about, like pickleball or something. You like gardening, you like anything. That's when you can do your thing. And say if you love the gym, if you fall in love with the gym, if you fall in love with fighting, or anything you had to do in order to complete this journey, do it, man. I'm just telling you, you're never going to be able to do what you really like until you get rid of that resentment of powerlessness. And that's just the most important thing. We were all powerless as a child. It's natural. And we all develop a resentment to that powerlessness. It's your responsibility as an adult or as a teenager. From the ages of 15 and up, 16 and up, you gotta take that responsibility. You gotta do something about it. The biggest thing I'm grateful for is that whenever I was a child, whenever I was younger, 15, 16, the first thing I did was I started exercising. I lost weight. And then I started developing myself. I started investing in things that would make my future self a better person. And now that I look back and I'm like, bro, what the hell was I like? I was amazing. And I'm so grateful for that. Like, I was reading philosophy at 15 or 16 to understand the meaning of life, to understand the world, to understand people, psychology. I read all of that as a child. I read Nietzsche whenever I was like 16. And now that I look back on it, I have so much gratitude to myself that I can enjoy my life now. And it is such an amazing gift for you to have that gratitude for yourself. Do this. It is life-changing. It's 2 parts. Get physical competence and get mental confidence. That's all you need. I'm sorry that you were bullied as a child, by the way. It's hard, but you'll get over it.